Yeah, what's up, everybody? Good morning, POA here. We're doing another box for another patron today as we finish up the big closet opening that we are kind of in the middle of doing. So, David, here's your box of War of the Spark. We all know this set. We all love this set. Let's crack this thing open. Let's see how we do. All right, get this out. Unpack these 36 packs, which of course is always, when you get so used to doing collector boxes, it's always funny how long it actually takes to do 36 packs. it's interesting. It's just like, oh yeah. Collector boxes are easy to say the least, but there's something to be said about draft packs, and I've been doing a lot of that lately, right? I've been opening up a lot more draft and set. Personally than collector. I don't know. I like the assortment. So, David, War of the Spark. You didn't really say anything you were after in this, so let's just say good stuff, huh? We are going to stop at uncommons, because there are definitely some uncommons that are worthy of calling out in this product. Okay, so we got Rail's Outburst, Invade the City, Jaya. So, funny thing about this product, so if there's a Planeswalker in the uncommon slot, then there's no rare or mythic Planeswalker. If you don't get a Planeswalker in the uncommon slot, then you do have a rare or mythic Planeswalker. And there are some pretty awesome Planeswalkers in this product. All right, we're going to start off with Tomic. You know what's funny? I think I just saw Spoiled, and I don't know what it's for. They're going to do like an anime version of this card for reasons? I don't know. Still cool. Okay, so that's Tomic. I know he's not necessarily worth anything, but the fact that until this point he hasn't been reprinted and it has an actual effect, I'm going to put him over there. Okay. So no list cards, so we don't have to worry about that. I know there was recently talk out there, and I know Rudy. So we got Moody Lily. Can we do Moody? Nope. Angrass Rampage. Arlen. Oops, I meant to separate out the uncommons. Okay. Living Twister. And a Mountain. And Rudy did a whole video on it. I almost feel like in his case it was a bit of a told you so. He didn't actually say it, but it kind of felt like it. Because he was never for that product. The War of the Spark Mythic Edition. But it is true, and it highlights a problem. And it's not necessarily the flashy problem. Bleeding Edge, Moody Gideon, Davriel, and Niv Mizzet. That is a mythic in this product, isn't it? It is. Okay, that's our first mythic, and hopefully we get a little juicier after that. The card, you know, like Jace. Okay, so Jace the Mind Sculptor was the big, was the huge hit, right? Jace the Pollenbright Druid. Jace the Mind Sculptor, of course, hasn't gone down just because of all kinds of flashy treatments. The Wanderer. Ilharg the Raiseboar. That's a good mythic. And one that keeps seeing Commander play. Yeah, Foil Firemind's Vessel. That's right. This was before the flashy age. You, Tomic, slide over here. Firemind Vessel, you go over there. We will track foils. Whenever I do these older boxes, at first I forget. It's like, oh yeah, this is before mythics all the time, or foils all the time. Paradise Druid, cool. Grateful Apparition, good card. Oops. Angrath, Karn's Bastion, nice pull. There are an assortment of rares that are good hits in this product. And have remained good hits in this product. Kaya's Ghost Form, good common. Arboreal Grazer, meme. And not a bad card either. Merfolk Skydiver, Storm the Citadel, Pledge of Unity, and a Johnny. Okay, we got a Johnny the Great-Hearted. I'm going to put those right there. And a foil Fibblethip the Lost. Jank, are you out there? Jank, I don't know if you're watching this video, but you're precious. We have a foil. So that is the rare or mythic foil in this box. Actually, rare. Foil's on its own, separate. That's right. I'm actually going to sleeve that up because that's actually kind of cool. Foil Fibblethip. Not that I can ever fully say that right. Fibblethip the Lost. That's kind of awesome. Very memey, but sweet. Okay. Yeah, a foil rare doesn't keep you from getting a foil mythic. But getting a foil rare means we're probably not likely to get another foil rare. There's usually one per box. Wanderer's Strike. Bond of Discipline. Moody Nissa. Nahiri, who's the most moody of all. Time Wipe. Solid card. Has been in lots of commander decks. No value. But solid card nonetheless. Any kind of board wipe that gives you a little bit of an advantage is a good card. Tybalt's Rager, Moody Nissa, or Lily, and Grat's Rampage. Okay, so those two are back-to-back again. Domri. Alright, that's the weakest of them. Hopefully we can just move on from that. Well, we do have a foil Mana Geode. That's not the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. So you got 2 foil Mana Rocks in Fibblethip. Alright. Evolution Sage. I feel like I need to put that on top. In fact, Tomic, you go back down. Okay. Price Betrayal, Angrath, Blast Zone. Ooh, I don't know what just happened there. Thankfully, that was just a common. Alright. I think I was trying to think, like, is Blast Zone kind of a hit? I think it is kind of a small hit. It's a tiny hit. Then a foil Tybalt's Rager for another uncommon foil. This box is going to take a while if I keep going on this pace. Alright, whatever. If it takes a while, it takes a while. We'll get to the destination when we get there. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Deathspout. Johnny's Pridemate. Lazotep Plating. And Nissa! Alright, there we go. That is one of the better rare planeswalkers. A nice move in the right direction. Johnny's alright. Domri is like the worst. The worst. I'm glad he died. You don't have to say that about anything in this world. I'm glad he died. Okay, Cyclops, Electromancer, Rescues, or Sphinx, another Nahiri, and God Eternal Kefnet. Okay. So that is our third mythic. These boxes usually averaged 4, so that's odd that we have 3 already, considering I kept the box in order too. So it means we might get a 5th mythic in this box. Contentious Plan, good common. Okay, Eternal Sky Lord. Dovin's Veto. There's a good uncommon. And then Narset back to back. Nice pack. And Fibblethip. You know what, Fibble? You are honorary on the top. Okay, we're done with the first row. We have 3 mythics already. Of course, the biggest mythic that was in this product recently got a huge reprint. But you usually get 1 mythic planeswalker per box, so we will see what. Hey, Mayhem Devil. See, cards like this that haven't, they're fantastic. They haven't been printed to death. I think Mayhem Devil's like $4 or $5 these days. Don't quote me on that. That was the last time I've looked because I was looking for another copy. Saheeli, Dreadhorde Invasion. All right. Kai's Ghost Form again. You probably get 4 of those per box, or Boreal Grazer. Dread Melkin. Flux Channeler. That's another good uncommon. And we got Obnix. And God Eternal Ronus. Interesting. Okay, interesting. And No Escape in foil. There surely is no escape. I don't know how Nico Bolas got so strong, but man, he got so strong. The Gatewatch has been able to fight off many, many things. They fought off Eldrazi, for God's sakes, but yet freaking Nicol Bolas gave them trouble. Weird. Okay. Cruel Celebrant. Another good uncommon. Interplanar Beacon. Tybalt. And Bolas' Citadel. Very good. Love to see it. Okay, keep working our way through. I'm intrigued by the fact that there's 2 gods in this box. I've always opened, almost pretty much every single time I've opened finale boxes. It's like I never do that. It's weird. I'm intrigued by it, and yeah, it's kind of neat actually. All right, Bond of. Oops. Why am I? When you change your normal patterns, everything gets thrown off. There we go. Okay. Interplanar Beacon. Tyrant Scorn. Liliana Dreadhorde Friggin' General, which I think, without going and checking right now, probably surpassed Finale of Devastation as the most expensive mythic in this product. I just didn't want to say it earlier because I didn't want to jinx anything. Fantastic. Nice pull. I'm going to sleeve that thing up. You got Liliana, Dreadhorde General. Probably the current best Liliana that exists. Congratulations on that pull. It's always good to pull the top, one of the top 2 mythics. Leyline Prowler, Dreadhorde Twins, Zhangyangu. Narset's Reversal. Hey, all right. We're just slowly finding things as we go. It's just what we're doing here. Bond of Passion, Death Spout, or Sprout. Oops. Well, we got Sarkhan. Definitely on the low rung of the rare Planeswalkers. At least in this product. Sarkhan's got, what, 1 or 2 cards that are rather pricey? Okay, Bond of Flourishing, Bond of Revival. Bond? Nope, Kiora. Oh, no, you wouldn't. Massacre Girl. Okay. She's not a hit, and I don't care. She's going on top. So, questions about stories of people like Massacre Girl. She's a legendary, right? Was she just like a side story, or was she on Bolas' side, or how did that work? What was she doing? Okay, Skydiver, Heartwarming Redemption. Oh, interesting. So, is this pretty much after then Gideon died? Fascinating. Okay. Bolt Bend. And Tamio. All right. That's a good one. Come on. Oh, open the pack. There we go. Good. You did it. Yay, you did it. A Johnny's Pride Mate. Bond of Flourishing. Vraska. And the Parhelion, which now is not worthless. For those that watch Jake and Joel Are Magic, Jake himself has opened more War of the Spark, specifically the Japanese, than anybody else in existence on this planet. And there's always interesting tributes. So, for instance, Parhelion there. What does he do with Parhelion? Oh, yeah, he folds it up as small as he can for safe shipping. It's a sacrifice to the MTG gods. And then Parhelion started to become worth money. It was like, do we really still want to do this? Huatli's Raptor, another good uncommon. Grateful Apparition. Kaya. And another Blast Zone. That's fascinating. Duplication in the... I never did look at this. Wasn't a particularly huge set, was it? I mean huge in terms of like total count of different cards. Not like sales numbers. Okay, Bond of Insight, Arlen, and Feather, the Redeemed. You know what? Not worth anything. Don't care. Playable card going up there. Rebel Belt Riders, Bond of Insight, Watley, and Commence the Endgame, and a Foil Forest. Been a minute since we had a foil. Okay, last stack. We're at 5 Mythics. Are we going to get a 6th, which is definitely high for one of these boxes? We should still have another couple rare Planeswalkers to go, and we still are looking for a couple more of the strong rare hits. But overall, this is a pretty solid box. So let's keep going. Not that I would stop anyway. Kazmina, Single Combat. Okay. What I'd like to see is another Mayhem Devil and Dovin's Veto. That would be great. Yep, there we go. Mayhem Devil. Okay, Heartwarming Redemption. Jiangyangu. Bioessence Hydra. Simic in their Hydras. D-Spark. Okay, forgot that. This is the set that was from. Hey, you ask and you shall receive, huh? All right. Jaya. And Command the Dreadhorde. Okay. Trying to remember. I think there's another rare that's been going up in price in this product. I'm trying to remember what it was named. And another Cruel Celebrant. All right. Mowu. Goodest Boy. Davriel. Living Twister. We went right back to the beginning of the video. Okay, Paradise Druid. Moody Chandra. Bolt Bend. And Chandra. Fire Artisan. Okay. A foil Mythic. Hey, a foil God Eternal Kefnet. Neat. That's really cool. Again, this is a product in which you only got one foil rare on average per box, and a Mythic was one per case. So that's actually pretty darn sweet. Huh. Congrats. Congrats, David. And we're just continuing the trend. In fact, I think I've got one more video after this, actually. Yeah. Continuing the trend of these boxes have been sitting in the back of my closet, and almost every single one of them has been fire. It explains a lot of why, for a while there, I was just on a really bad streak, and like every single box I opened for myself was terrible. That's because all the good ones I put in the closet. It's so funny. So funny. Admittedly, sealed collecting is hard for me because I wonder, what's in the box? What's in the box? I struggle with that concept. Samut. Hey! Actually, why are you over there? Go back over there. You have a 7 Mythic War of the Spark box. That is God Eternal Ketra. That's awesome. Okay, this is a God box. That is actually wild. 7 Mythics in a standard, which one's a foil, but so 6 non-foil Mythics in one box of War of the Spark that's high. That's nice. Elite Guard Mage and Sorin. Okay, we had to still knock out 1 or 2 more of those. So at this point, I think I would like to see a Spark doubled here. That would be good. Can we find one of those? That would be good. Moody Jace, 10th District Legionnaire, Ashok. Deliver unto evil. Evil. Alright, we are running out of room, but this has been a good box. David, I hope that there's been some stuff in here that you are happy to get. I'm sure there is, but Moody Nissa, Teo, and Oath of Kaya. Alright, 3 packs left. The uncommons in this set are, the set has good uncommons, right? Yeah, well, it's not a high-end set. Like, it doesn't have giant hits necessarily outside of now the Fallen Finale of Devastation. And that's still expensive. But it had a lot of depth to it, Watley's Raptor. Kiora. Our third Fibble Thip of the video. Alright. Yeah, he is totally lost and he keeps coming back around. I need to point him in the right direction. At this point, look, man, stop coming back here. Go that way. Okay, we got Despark, Sunblade Angel, God Pharaoh's Statue. Yeah, right. One of the better ones. We got Ugin, the Ineffable. Good. All right, last pack. So, Moody Nissa, or Chandra. Flux Channeler. I'm out of space for uncommons. Watley. All right, so no more rare or mythic planeswalkers. And Krenko to finish us off. The Tin Street Kingpin. Forgot that was a different version of Krenko in this product. All right. Yeah, that's a pretty good box. Yeah. There's not a lot I can say here, folks. Yeah, okay, we missed on Spark Double and we missed on Karn the Great Creator. So those are the 2 big rares that we did miss on. But we also got 7 mythics in this box and only one that I consider a Womp Womp mythic in Niv Mizzet Reborn. Every other mythic there is not a Womp Womp mythic. So that's pretty sweet. We still got Ugin. We still got Nissa. The Nissa who shakes the world is great. I guess Tamio and Soren are also pretty good. And then we still, in a foil, I almost feel like I should make this the, nah, I'm not going to do that. All right. Thank you, David. Thank you, everybody else, for watching. Appreciate it. Yeah, we have one more in this run. Then I'm going to have some of my own as I start planning some more future videos and so on and so forth. So, then what do we got? We got Doctor Who coming out, which I will say personally I don't care about. But we'll do some. We'll do some. And then after that, you're going to have, oh yeah, the Lord of the Rings. Oh yeah. You know, I have to admit, at first, when they announced the Lord of the Rings holiday thing, and at first they were really just saying it was just going to be different art. But they didn't say it was also going to have new cards and better treatments. And you're going to, now apparently you're also making the relics, Realms and Relics, what do they call them? The Surge Foils, like, easier to get. Because I didn't pull any of those out of all of the collector boxes I did, which was a crazy number of them. So now you're going to make those like easy to get. We're gonna have to do more Lord of the Rings. It's the way we're going to have to do the Lord of the Rings Holiday Edition. That's just the way it is. We got to do it. And then after that, we go into Ixalan. Then after that, we go into Ravnica Remastered, which I have very mixed feelings about personally. I loved OG Ravnica Block. It was one of my favorite periods in MTG history. If not my favorite period in MTG history. I adored it. But due to the popularity of Rav, the cards have been printed into the ground. There's not a lot of value there to take from, because you've already done it. In like every Masters set ever, you can just go from the start of Modern Masters and you've had Ravnica Block cards, right? But then you're going to do, of course you're going to do Shocklands, but then you're going to do Shocklands in a new sweet borderless treatment, and you're going to do them in retro treatment. Of course you are, because you know Ravnica itself doesn't really have a whole lot of value. And are you going to put Double in Season in there? Like, you have to. But can Double in Season take another... Like, yeah, look, Double in Season's holding on tight, right? It just got back-to-back reprints, and yet it's still holding on tight because it's just that strong of a card needed for that many decks, and it has reached a price point where people who were like, who wouldn't even bother with it before because it was, you know, $100 for that card, way too much money. And now it got down to like 40, and then you have people who are like, yeah, you know what, that's cool. I'll pick one up now and put it in that deck I've always wanted to put it in. But where's the limit on that, right? Because you need people, you need it to catch up. So you've already put a bunch of copies in the market, then the market has to absorb the copies. And the market's doing it. They're absorbing it. But can they take another big reprint? I don't think it can, actually. Not without you not like reprinting it for a real long time. What I actually, now that I'm on some kind of weird rant, what actually makes me a little more afraid is actually what's going to happen. And I've seen this before, not from Wizards, but from other things. This is big in the mobile game world. Cards like Force of Will, cards like Double in Season, super powerful. Have been super powerful since they were released. Haven't stopped being super powerful. What I think is going to happen... Can't believe I'm going to say this out loud. They're milking those cards for everything they're worth right now, and then they're going to release new cards that are actually stronger than those, making them pointless. That's what I think is going to happen. I think they're going to come out with a better Double in Season. I think they're going to come out with a better Force of Will. And I think they're trying to milk these cards for all it... This is just thoughts I've started to have come to me about this whole thing. I feel like it's not even just a plan to, like, get copies of things out there that people want to drive a set. No, I think it's bigger than that. I think they plan on taking some of these older cards that are still really heavily used, milk them for all they're worth right now, and then bring out better versions. It's power creep, and it's real. And I think that's the plan the more I thought about it. It's the end of the video. I know a lot of people out there that hate listening to me talk already turned off the video. So for those of you that have stayed, let me know your thoughts on that next subject matter. It strikes me as the mobile game mindset. That's exactly what happens. The biggest one I know that I ever did, it was one particular game I was borderline a whale in for dumb reasons, because it shouldn't have been, because it was pointless. There was one particular thing that came out, and it was definitely super powerful, and like all the whales, like you had to have it. You had to have it. 2 weeks later, they made it redundant and stupid, and it didn't do anything anymore. 2 weeks later, they made a change to everything that made it pointless to that money that you spent. It was crazy. So for all that money, it was like 2 weeks. That's it. That's all we got usage out of that card for. And there were a lot of complaints, you know, about it, and they're just like, well, you got to use it. You can still use it. You can't use it. Now it's one-shotted and dead. You can't use it anymore because of the change that you made. We need refunds. And it caused a lot of people actually to quit that game. A lot of people, right? So the more I thought about that stuff, I'm like, wait a minute. So is that a possibility? Like you can drive cards like that, milk them for all they're worth. Double in Season right now drives like people look at it, they're like, hey, this set's got Double in Season. It's got blah, blah, blah. Like, awesome, right? Great. And then for now, you can get as much out of all that as you can before you turn it up another notch. It's actually a great strategy. The only question will be is how much will it anger people that spent so much on the cards. But I know I've said this before on other things. Do not invest in modern era cards. It's stupid. It's really because of power creep. And I argued about this a long time ago. And there were some other content creators that did not agree with me. Power creep is real. It has to be real because you have to keep pushing it. And sometimes the actual design space, people only get so creative. So then you just end up making something that's just strictly better. Right? And then you replace it. And that happens. And then you'll have some ideas again to continue on the design space. So I feel like they're milking. They're doing it. It's happening. It's on its way right now. Right now they're just milking the money. And I can't even fault them for it because You need to do this. You can't all of a sudden have allow a card that drives a product like Force of Will and haven't reprinted it in a long time and then print a better version. Doesn't work. Or it was a lost opportunity in a business sense anyway. From a consumer standpoint, it would be better that way. But from a business standpoint, that would be dumb. Really dumb. Yeah. Yeah, let me know your thoughts about all that below. I think that's a really interesting conversation that I don't really think anybody out there is talking about. Thanks for watching.